Okay, today we're looking at multiplying numbers with exponents. So, before we get into a shortcut for multiplying numbers with exponents, let's look at an example using the expand and evaluate method. Then, based on this, we will be able to come up with a shortcut that will make things super easy. So, we are asked to expand and evaluate 2 to the third times 2 to the second. I do want to point out both of the bases are 2. Both of the bases are the same. So let's see, 2 to the third is 2 times 2 times 2. Then we have a multiplication sign. 2 to the second is 2 times 2. So we expanded. Now we just have to evaluate. To evaluate, we will look at 2 times 2, which is 4, times, let's see, we have another 2 times 2, which is 4, times, we have a times 2 remaining in the back. And we can keep going. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 2 equals 32. So there we have it. Not too hard with expanding and evaluating. It took up more writing than I would like to, but it was manageable. In the future though, if I have an exponent that is larger than 3 or 2, I am not going to want to have to use the expand and evaluate method. If I have an exponent of 10 or 20, I don't want to have to write out 10 or 20 2's. Also, if I have a variable, as the base, I'm not going to be able to evaluate much further. So I need to be able to know a rule or a shortcut that can help me multiply. The shortcut rule, and notice this is only for multiplication and if the bases are the same. The rule is we will keep the base and add the exponents. So if we look at example 1 again, we have 2 to the third times 2 to the second equals, first thing we have to do is check, okay, it is multiplication. You see the multiplication dot right there. And the bases are the same. Both bases are 2. We keep the base. We add the exponents. So now we'll have 2 to the fifth. I want to point out we have 2 to the fifth. This is what we saw after we expanded in the first try at example 1. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2's all being multiplied together. So this was 2 to the fifth right here. Now 2 to the fifth, when we leave it in this form, this can also be called simplified form. We did not evaluate it. It's not just a base, not just a value, but we took 2 bases with an exponent on each and shortened it to 1 base. So you might see it as simplified form. And I also know that just 2 to the fifth, if you type that into a calculator, that would also equal 32. Two different ways to write it. So that is simplified. This is evaluated. And there we have it.